Good morning. Scurry, scurry, rushing around. Uh, okay, I'm probably going to have to mute some things. Let's see what I've got going here. I just got back to my desk and hit the go live button. Let's see. Without even looking at the clock. Been very busy since Fortnite ended this morning. And have a list of things to do after we're done. June 20th, 2023, on a Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pop out, chat, say some hellos. I almost didn't make it back. I almost had to divert and go to a client's office. I was out in the car since Fortnite, got a call from a client, got a computer that won't start up. So I'm going to go deal with that after we're done this morning. Jesse Pinkman for a second to like, and Nick Poverman. What did the worker at the rubber band factory say when he was fired? Oh, snap. A propeller, Nick Poverman, a propeller, a big fan in front of a plane to keep the pilot cool. When it stops, you can actually see the pilot start sweating. Very good. I have not pre-read these. Darren Gilholm, hello. Brian Lightfoot, another beautiful day in Central Valley of California. Low of 50, high of 80. Plenty of vitamin D, rich sunshine. Alice Al J, hello. Ran Israel, hi. Selden Ball. Jesse Pingman, do you still stand up while playing Fortnite? I haven't been recently. I've been on the ball. I'm on a bouncy ball. One of those big inflatable medicine balls. So, and I've been on the ball for a few days. And after that, I was on the chair for a week or so. And before that, I was standing. So I haven't got it back around to standing again. John Williams, good morning. Hello, everyone in chat. Bobby Warren, hey, Doug, sorry I can't make it. I was watching The Weather Girl on the news station in my hometown where I grew up. And she did a good job. I have a little bit of a crush on her. Yeah, I saw you mention the other day you were thinking about dating her or asking her out, something along those lines. Best wishes to you on that endeavor. So let's see. I don't think I have any bookmarks for today. No, I don't. And I'm not sure if I have emails for today, which means we'll go right into shopping for a computer for Alice. Alice, known in the chat room as Al J. Right, so that's what we're going to do. Going to go right there. Bobby Warren sees three Dougs. Yeah, there's a psychiatrist in your town that can help you with that right there. All right, searching for Alice likes all-in-one computers, and I'm gonna deduce that that's because there's fewer boxes, fewer stuff, fewer cables. With an all-in-one computer, you got a power cable and maybe an Ethernet cable, and that's it. You know, it's very transportable. You can unplug it and take it to another location. It's not like a laptop. It's not quite that easy, but it's very easy to take to another location that you're going to be at for a while. So I'm going to come over to Dell.com. I have not pre-checked this at all to see what the manufacturers currently have available. I'm going to go look at Dell, look at Lenovo, look at HP, and then maybe do a comparison with whether the high-end models, gaming type models of all-in-ones are available through Amazon. So it's not a laptop, it's not a desktop, it's not Alienware maybe, because that's kind of a gaming. Let's start with desktops, and I think it'll get us to a place where we can see, yeah, here's an all-in-one desktop, shop all-in-one desktop. So we'll take a quick look here. And graphics, UHD graphics, that's the integrated graphics, Intel Iris, UHD integrated, Iris Xe graphics, GeForce. See, here's a GeForce. So that's a dedicated graphics. That's the kind of computer we want to be looking at. We're looking at $1,200 for that. i7, that's better than what Alice currently has with an i5. It's Windows 11 Home, which is fine. There's no reason to say that you got to have Pro with the custom builds and the people that are familiar with Carrie Hull's ones, we say, why not do Pro? But those are on custom builds. A lot of these computers, when you purchase them, they're going to be Windows 11 Home. There's absolutely no reason I can see that Alice would need Windows 11 Pro. So let's see, this one is UHD graphics. So notice that's a couple $100 less. And then AMD. So see, I'm scrolling through these pretty quickly to narrow down what we want. There's two of them that we've seen for NVIDIA GeForce graphics. This one's $1,400. So there we got a general idea of what's available. I'll leave that on that page and then go look at, now this says workstations. Didn't that say, well, that was weird, right? It wasn't, it had the, their gaming computer name when I looked at that before. Let's go back away from workstations, IT infrastructure, computers, all-in-ones, monitors, gaming. So gaming, yeah, Alienware is what we saw. So then for Alienware, do they show all-in-ones? I don't know if Alienware comes in all-in-ones. I don't think so. These are all desktop model computers. So I think that's what we're looking at for Dell, is this $1,300, $1,400 range. Let's do all-in-one tower. What do they let us choose to limit, to narrow things down? Do they let us choose add in graphics or dedicated graphics? Yeah, here's graphics. All NVIDIA. Not AMD, not Intel, NVIDIA. These two NVIDIAs would be fine. Let's see, that was 9. That was, both of those are showing 9. So they're all the GeForce. This is all-in-ones that have NVIDIA graphics. There's 1,200, 1,400, almost 1,400, almost 1,000. And NVIDIA Force, these are all the MX550. So maybe people in chat will tell us what do you think of the MX50? I'm sure that's not a high-end graphics card, but Alice, I don't think we'd be calling her a high-end gamer. She just wants to do better than what it has been working. So then let's take a quick look at HP.com, then we'll get back to the chat room. And shop. PCs, gaming PCs. We'll go for gaming PCs, see if we got all-in-ones. We may not get all-in-ones by selecting gaming first. See, there's nothing here, so that makes me think that we've reached all, 14 results is all that they have. So then let's go desktops, and somewhere around here I should be able to show filters. How about this? Filtering for AMD GeForce. Now, I think I'm still in the desktop region, so I don't think I'm going to see all-in-ones here. More about these products. I don't see anything to let me go on to a page 2. So let's go back and find where are their all-in-ones. See, workstations, business, gaming PCs, desktops. I think it's going to be in desktops. So they let us do it. Yeah, here's there's an all-in-one. Desktop computers, home and gaming. Now see, we didn't take the gaming path and we're getting to, there are gaming in here, but we want specifically all-in-ones. Here's specifically all-in-ones. Now, what can we get to higher end all-in-ones? See how many we've got here. There's load more, so there are more than what we're seeing here. How about, can we narrow this down? Processors, memory, storage. Roy says go to search, solid drive graphics. Here's GeForce, NVIDIA Quadro, NVIDIA RTX. Well, these two have zeros. This one has an 8. So it doesn't make any sense to select those boxes that have zeros. It doesn't even let us choose those now. So here's 8 in this category. That gets us down to a reasonable number. Taking a quick glance, there's 700 something, there's 2,000, there's 2,000, there's 1,400, 1,700, 2,400, 1200. So let's look closer. These would not be considered low-end computers at these prices, right? i3, no. i7, NVIDIA RTX, so that's 2000, 2100 we'll call it. Then here's an i5. Let's see, these are HPs I'm looking at now, right? And then here's a i7 NVIDIA 3050. So you got plenty of choices here, quite a range of prices. Here's this high-end one, 2400 i7, a 3060 graphics, 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte of storage. So it's not hard to find these. Now, I have no idea what kind of price range Alice is comfortable with. We'll go take a look at Lenovo. And I will put the URLs for this page for the HPs, and the Alienwares didn't get us anymore, so I'm going to close that, and I'll give a URL for this page so that Alice can go straight to those pages and see what is available. So here's Lenovo PCs and tablets, laptops, desktops. Let's go to click on PCs and tablets. Then click on desktops. I saw a selection of all-in-one previously, but here's an all-in-one filter. And then what other filters? Intel, screen size, operating system, graphics. These look like integrated graphics to me. AMD Radeon, Intel UHD, Intel Iris. I don't think any of those are dedicated graphics, are they? Is the Intel Iris, this UHD, I'm pretty sure that's integrated graphics, but is this a dedicated graphics card? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I will take that link, this URL, and this URL, and go paste those into chat and then see what you guys are saying in chat. So Control V for the first one. I'm not typing any text about these, just pasting them into chat. That's Lenovo, HP, and Dell. And you can tell which was which because it's in the URL name. So I saw Alice's thank you very much at the end there. Let's see what else is going on. 3 Dougs, 4 Dougs. Was there 4 Dougs? Oh, well, 4 Dougs if you count the big Doug. There were 3 little Dougs. Ran Israel, you can narrow down the options using left side options. Been there, done that. Wintermute, Alienware. When I was trying to remember what the word was. But I don't think that's going to be a choice for Alice because I didn't see any all-in-ones there. SPDC, Bobby Warren, Alienware is overpriced for what it is. I think that's make a good case for that. Londog, Noah Alienware is desktops and laptops only. I'm not so sure they're making laptops. I seem to recall having seen one for sale. Yeah, I think Alienware does them. What is it? No Alienware is desktops and laptops only. I think his voice dictation didn't pick that up right. Alienware does have laptops. Jim, I had problems with my iMac this morning. I fixed it myself. Good going, Bobby. Long Dog, by the way, overall, unless you like the cool-looking Alienware case, they are more expensive, not always lately that great. Some things happen with what they're producing under the Alienware name. I suspect they're milking it for the brand name, for the name recognition, and maybe not giving all that much value. I don't know that because I haven't looked at them closely. Roy Carr, people saying hellos. Ran Israel, hello. 909, let's see. All-in-one computers cost more in comparison to the specs they provide. They're not mass-produced, and that affects their cost. Plus, a few years ago, they almost died out. I do not understand that comment at all. Most manufacturers cut back on producing them. I believe there's only a few on the market currently. Cost more by comparison to the specs that provide. Well, you got to be sure you're comparing apples for apples. That's really hard to do with an all-in-one. Comparable video display, comparable specs, of course, but all-in-ones provide something that towers cannot ever provide. Towers cannot ever provide the all-in-one experience. The all-in-one experience is very nice for people who appreciate that and enjoy that without having to have places to route the wires around. If they want to move it, they can do so very, very easily. It provides value to people who value that. If you don't care about the all-in-one experience, then you tend to discount everything. You only look at the other things that are not all-in-one. I'm not going to try to talk you into liking all-in-ones, but you need to accept that some people like the all-in-one experience. That has value. That has money you can add to it. But they're not mass-produced. I find that very hard to believe that they're not mass-produced. You're saying they're built by hand? How would you know that, Lawn Dog? I got to challenge you on that. Where does that come from? Most manufacturers cut back on producing. Where's your stats for that? Is that just your impression? Or do you actually have stats for that? But if they cut back on producing, it isn't because they're not selling enough, but they're still selling. They still sell fine for people who appreciate that. MX550 is pretty much bottom of the barrel. Now it's going to have to be, because one of the downsides of an all-in-one is it doesn't provide as much cooling capability. And Alice, if you buy a higher end all-in-one, which it sounds like you're in need of now because how you've advanced in the game and how Windows has advanced, you're probably going to need more power than what you've had, and certainly dedicated graphics. Well, dedicated graphics generates heat. An i7 is going to generate more heat than an i5 does. And in that case of the all-in-one, not in the circumstances of the all-in-one, but the physical case that all the parts are in, it can't provide as much cooling as a regular tower computer does. So the fan noise is going to be louder. And you're not going to be able to get a high-end graphics card, as Jim points out here. The MX550 is pretty much bottom of the barrel because that's all that case can probably handle temperature-wise. And feature for feature, as was mentioned by Long Dog, if you compare the CPU and the motherboard and the whatever graphics capability and the RAM memory and the storage, compare what you can get with just those in an all-in-one to a tower with the monitor. You got to include a comparable monitor to give a fair comparison. You're probably going to be spending more on an all-in-one because you're getting that features of the all-in-one experience, and you're paying a little bit more probably because they're not produced as in mass quantity as a tower computer. If you're on the edge, Alice, of considering going to a tower, then we should talk about that because you'll get more value out of a tower. I'm pretty confident about, but I can't say that I've compared down to the details to ensure that. Plus, when you find one product on sale and the other, you're comparing against a product that's not on sale, then you've got an unfair comparison. NVIDIA is clearing out stock of the 30 series graphics card. They have finally lowered prices on standalone cards, and you're never going to get a standalone card. You can't purchase a separate video card for an all-in-one. You're stuck with what the manufacturer has made available for the all-in-one. Why not purchase one of these very powerful mini micro PC computers we're hearing about? You can hide the little computer and then buy a monitor. Well, you can't, you're limited there on the dedicated graphics because you can only do the dedicated graphics that are manufactured for that box, and they don't have as much cooling capability. So the mini computers, I'm very attracted to them for certain circumstances. And the ones that are labeled as gaming computers, they're not going to compete with a gaming tower computer because they don't have the room for cooling and they don't have the room for a real dedicated graphics card, the type that you plug into a PCIe socket. That's going to get your best gaming experience. But I don't think Alice needs the best gaming experience. She just needs better than what she's had. There's basically a monitor and keyboard on your desk, but you still got the monitor has to connect to the computer, so that's an extra wire. It's not a lot. It's not the all-in-one experience, but it's also more compact than the tower experience. You can mount the computer on the back of the monitor. I've done that a lot for clients, and it works really nice. At that point, the wires that are on the back are there kind of permanently. You can shut down the computer, unplug the power, disconnect the Ethernet, pick the whole thing up as one unit, and move it somewhere else. So it's also very transportable. So I think Alice we'd have to compare that. I don't know. If you compare the highest available microcomputer or mini computer in that little box and can be mounted on the back of a monitor, compare that feature for feature with the all-in-one, what's available. You got a little bit more mix and match flexibility there, since the monitor is a separate purchase from the computer, but you're still stuck with whatever graphics are made available for that computer. Basically, monitor keyboard on your desk. That's 9:12. We're at 9:21 p.m. Could somebody check for me and see if Ken Stout has a show or if Kerry Holzman has a show? I think Kerry Holzman's going to have a show every day this week, because he's got on his Monday members only yesterday. Of course, that's why he didn't have a publicly available show yesterday as a members only show. He showed that he's got a whole week's worth of mini computers to do videos with. There's always some ways to attach these microcomputers because they're so small to the back of the computer. Hang on. Let's see. There's my links. Iris is Intel integrated. Oh, thank you. Alice says thank you. Those are the links that I put in. Jeff Ryman, good morning. Lawn Dog, the no in my answer above is responding directly to what you're saying at that time. I got to watch out for that. Yeah, when you just answer yes or no, by the time I see it, you got to say, no, I don't think you such and such. You got to give me more than just a no. Watch on the table. Lawn Dog, I can accept that people like all-in-ones, but for like the last 10 years or more since they came out, they haven't been very powerful, and they also been very expensive. Well, is that only what you've seen? Have you actually experienced these higher end computers? I'm really sensitive and fearful when people say things in chat that they're talking about what they have come across in their experiences. That's not a fair thing to say. But today I learned there are some models that are pretty doggone powerful, but then again, you pay for that. They are beautiful looking in a lot of computer areas. Very good, yes. Carrie built a tower with a small video screen on the side panel in the last 2 weeks. Yes, I saw that. That side video screen was not really intended to be your main screen for interacting. It's intended to be an extra fluff. I actually considered getting one of those myself, and then I realized the motherboard I have in the Big Beast build won't take it, because that was very limited to only certain motherboards that were designed for it. I wouldn't consider that an all-in-one computer. Imagination just saying. Lawn Dog, I've been in very beautiful houses with people who are fairly wealthy, and everything they have in their house is placed there because it fits or makes the house look impressive. Anyways, I did learn something today. There are powerful models. Even more was the fact that it sounds like you're fond of graphics card or integrated graphics models. It sounds like you sounds like you're fond of graphics card. I'm not sure what that means. Not sure how to describe it. It's like a laptop, 3080 in it, soldered under the circuit board. MATX's cases can be pretty small. Yeah, that's micro ATX, I think is what that's saying. That could be a very interesting option for Alice if we're just looking for a smaller footprint. Don't quite know why Alice is attracted to all-in-ones. That might help, because maybe there's to know that from Alice, because maybe there's some other ways to accomplish what she's interested in. Daniel Emberley, monitor with Visa mount mini PC would be an interesting comparison. Alice says, we'll take a look and get back to you. Very good. Thank you, Alice. Ran Israel, AIOs are basically laptops without a battery, like a laptop battery. They have a CMOS battery. no keyboard, and huge screens. That's fair. That's fair. They're like laptops because they are kind of portable, but they don't have the built-in keyboard and mouse. So really depends upon, why does a person want a laptop? Why do they want an all-in-one? Why do they want a tower? Because a lot of times the things that they really care about might be achievable, and even with, maybe with some other benefits, by using one of the other form factors. Jim, to Danielle, then you're back into integrated graphics, which tends to choke on gaming. Agreed. Danielle, I did have an accident with one monitor. Glad it was not an all-in-one. Now, that is a downside with all-in-one. Something goes wrong with something in the all-in-one, it's more difficult to repair. I have repaired them. You can replace motherboards. You can replace screens, but it's less justifiable. And you could have easily come across a situation where something's gone bad in it, even the internal power supply, and you just decide to get a new computer. But replacement parts can be purchased. Some of them are easier than others to open up and service them. Some people think all-in-ones are cut out of the same cloth and they're just really hard to deal with. That's not really true. In fact, the all-in-one that Alice currently has looks like it's very easy to open it up, just with one screw that you turn quarter turn the opposite direction. You turn it as though you're tightening it, and that just allows you to lift the back off. Very easy. Yeah, if I understood that manual correctly. Zavi Manor, hi, all-in-one AIO Intel processors are using the same laptop processors with HU suffix. Yeah, that's commonplace, where the all-in-ones will use laptop processors and laptop memory, so to reduce the amount of heat that they generate. Doug, make sure you get the I/O you want, i.e. the number of USBs you need to. Yes. On any computer you buy, whether it's a tower or a laptop or an all-in-one, you got to consider what USB ports does it have? Are they USB 3.0, 2.0, or Type A, Type C? Do you have any other type of connections? What kind of type of power connector does it use? Carrie has a show today. Zavi Manor can detect difference between Intel 12th Gen Pew series processors. Explain. AMD people have got to love that. Yeah, Intel, they say Pew or PU. Yeah, he has another mini computer show. Yeah, Jim. Okay, I got that comment. I won't read it. Alice, my desk is only big enough for an all-in-one. So that's the reason why she likes that. But a mini computer mounted on the back of the monitor, would that be of interest to you, Alice? But maybe if the tower is small enough, I can put it on the floor or behind the desk. You can also, the micro footprint towers, you can lay them down sideways and set the monitor on top of it. I used to have tower PCs beforehand. So this really gives us an idea of why she likes it. The desk is only big enough for an all-in-one. Probably prefer to not have cables running all around. She probably uses wireless keyboard and mice. Am I correct about that, Alice? You prefer wireless keyboard and mice? And maybe the wireless keyboard and mouse you currently have will work for the new computer. But looking at a mini computer that can mount on the back of a monitor, or a microcomputer that can set under the monitor might work. Now I see, I'm going to try scrolling up and see if I get the new messages. Yes. Rick Lates, hello. Wintermute, what games besides Sims 4 do you play, Alice? And GTA, that's I know what that is. I can think of it. GTA, I know what GTA is. Grand Theft Auto. Online, Grand Theft Auto 4. Seldom mini-sized computers which mount on the back of a display are available with higher-end discrete graphics, but they can be very expensive depending upon the hardware they include. How do you feel about the prices that I was showing, Alice? Up over $2,000. Are you willing to Well, I don't know. What ballpark range do you want to be in? That would be helpful, unless I don't mind if you want to keep that to yourself, but it would help us to know that. Um, Lawn Dog, maybe in the future we'll see some Thunderbolt 4 all-in-one computers. If I'm understanding things correctly, the bandwidth is high enough to use external graphics cards if they use Thunderbolt 4. Yeah, I think that would kind of violate Alice's circumstances, though, of not a lot of space for a Thunderbolt 4 graphics adapter. I haven't even looked at them, but I think I assume they're a separate box. You connect a Thunderbolt 4 and it has a separate power connection to provide the graphics. Alice used to use wireless. Again, don't quote me on this, Lawn Dog, because my memory and what's currently available might be a little off. It's my understanding the upcoming usage for Thunderbolt. Yeah, you can use an external graphics. Carrie Holzman mentioned that recently. Greg to Selden, what's support like and what does the item have to be shipped back if problems do arise? This is important to some people. Hellos, that's another thing. What games you play and what you want to play in the future. I'm using integrated graphics, looking for Alice. Price range is fine. Standards prices. Price range is fine. I don't know if that means you can go up, you're willing to go up to 2,000, but maybe you want to look them over the links that I gave you. So I see the rest of these comments. I'm at the end of my half hour. I have clients I need to go tend to. So I will read the rest of those chat comments after I end the live stream here. I'm going to hit a redirect for Carrie's show right here. Let's see, I wonder which one it is. They both say upcoming. If I go to this one, that shows today, 1 p.m. So that other one is probably, I couldn't get, I should have hit the pencil to choose the other one and see what it was. So look at this one. That one is tomorrow. So go back to the pencil and click over here. And this one would be for today, June 20th. Save. Bada boom, bada bing. Bob's your uncle. There's my email address. If you want to send me a question for something I can respond to on a live show, that's how to do it. Have a great day, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.